Good morning, everybody. My name's Derek, and welcome to the Tiny Raptor Farm. Okay, good morning, everybody. Now, Saturday we did a test run on our roosters for the Cornish Cross roosters, and they, like I said in the previous video, they get about 6 pounds per rooster. So we probably got after skinning and defeathering, degutting, all that stuff, we probably got around 25-30 pounds of chicken out of those six of them. Now the Jersey Giant chickens, if we did 6 of them, we'd probably get about 45 pounds out of them. I mean, those things are huge. They get up to 15 pounds. We'll probably get more than that out of 6 of them, maybe. But we'll have to see when it comes. But we got big plans, because all of this right here, let me turn you around, see if you can see it. All of this area in here, from here, this is my shooting range. There's a little trail goes back there. And all of this in through here, all of this right here up until this trail, and then back to the corner, we're going to be clearing it out and making a hog pen. But we haven't quite made the decision to get the hogs yet. We haven't pulled a trigger on it, but it's going to happen. So one of these days, here in the near future, we will be getting hogs. We're getting some pigs to put in here. So, being that said, we have a lot of plans for the homestead and what we're going to do in the future. Probably here in the next year or so, year and a half maybe, we're going to be buying a bigger property, because right now we have 6 acres and it's not enough land to do what we want to do. Because right now I have about maybe an acre, probably half an acre probably in the back, that's dedicated to hunting, and the rest of it's, we're using it up fast. This whole area in here, I cleared it out when we first bought it, and I'm gonna put in the midst of the she shed right here, and like a little vacation spot, I guess. We want to get away and just kind of hang out outside the house, because we're homesteaders and we don't get to take vacations. So guess what? Right here, excuse me, right here is going to be a vacation spot. Okay, so our house sits on top of a hill, and like, I can't show you with my other hand because I'm holding my camera, but the top of my knuckles is where our house sits, and when it rains, the water or the property gets washed away. And before we bought the place, there were, when it was sitting up for sale, there was people here that were they'd come over and party and drink, and they'd build fires out here and stuff, and when nobody was here living here, they would do that. And I guess squatters, you want to say, but they left trash everywhere, and they did it for years. And now every time we get a hard rain, it washes up all kind of crap. So I don't know if you could see it. That's some of it right there. But when we first got here, we picked up trash after trash after trash and dug it up and all kind of stuff and piled it up. And then I set it over there because at the time I didn't have a truck. So we're gonna sit over there till I got a truck, and I was gonna throw it on there. Well, when I did, there was a bunch of those big wood ants, and those things get like that big and they hurt when they bite you. So now that it's there, or I went to go pick it up, throw it in the truck, now that I got one and all them ants in it, so I couldn't get rid of it. But so I sprayed it and then waited a couple of days, come back out here, and there were more ants out there still. So I moved the stuff around, sprayed it again, same story. So I'm gonna have to just keep doing that until all the ants disappear, and then I can go ahead and get rid of it. But like I said, we're gonna put a hog pen back over here in that area, and then we wanted to get cows and stuff, but we don't have enough property to do it because all this section over here is, this is our path going to the very back of the property, but all this section up in here is nothing but woods, and we're thinking about maybe we could clear that out and put some cows back there, but we don't really have a space. There's no grass for them to eat. That means we'd have to buy all the feed for them, so we don't have that luxury of putting the cows out here yet. Meaning, or so to emphasize on what I was saying a while ago, we're going to need a bigger place, something with fields and pastures and stuff like that we can let the cows graze. Okay, so now we're at the back of my property, and all this right here, see, from here to about right there was a garden that we had dug up and planted and stuff, but there's so many roots back here. This stuff is thick back here, and the ground's soft, it's real soft, but there's no nutrients in it because all these weeds and all this junk and stuff is here. That I got a little plow for my, or a little tiller behind my four-wheeler, or hairs behind my four-wheeler, and they're not powerful enough to get those big roots up, and we couldn't dig them all up by hand. I mean, it was just too hot out here. So, but anyways, we did all of that, planted, and everything that we planted, everything by hand. I think the garden was 65 feet by 155 feet, and it was a pretty big garden, and now it won't grow back here. And then there's too many roots, there's too many deer to run back here that they'll eat everything. We had, our peas started growing real good, and we had a long line of them, and the deer came here and ate them, so we have a whole lot of places to go. But see, that goes all the way back to the river, and right there it's not very good fishing either, but it's we need to find some place to go fishing, and we can get us some good fishing around here. We stock our freezer up a little bit, but that's another reason why we want to get a different property, because we want something with a pond that we could stock, and we could put what we want in there, or what we need, or what we like to eat, and we could raise them that way. That way we can go fishing anytime we want to, and we'd like it to be on a daily basis, to where, you know, we want chicken for dinner, or we want fish for dinner, or we want ham for dinner. You know, we can go put a pig down, or put a chicken down, or go fishing or something, so that way we have everything readily available right there. And then we want vegetables or fruit or something with it, all we got to do is walk outside to the garden. You know, you want jalapenos or okra or whatever with it, you know, we can go pick it out of the garden and throw it in there with it. And you know, that's what self-sufficiency is never having to depend on grocery stores or other people or the government. You know, you solely dependent on yourself and God, and that's it. You know, so that's the way we want to live. That's the way we would like it. And that's the way I believe that God intended it. And, you know, all this crap that is being processed and crap that's in these grocery stores and stuff, I don't want to eat that stuff. You know, it's not, it's disgusting. I mean, it's not disgusting, it's just bad for you. It's not, it's got so many hormones and all kind of stuff. And, you know, look at people nowadays. If you notice, people are getting bigger and bigger every day. You know, the kids that are being born, they're growing. Some of them, I've seen some kids are almost 7 feet tall. You know, 8 feet tall, some of them, and you know, 200-300 pounds solid muscle. And you know, and they'll tell you, I ain't worked out a day in my life, but that's the way they were born. And you look at their parents, and they're, you know, 4 or 5 feet tall and skinny as I am. I mean, all these hormones and crap that they're putting in everything, I don't want to eat that crap. I don't want that in my body. I don't want it in my children's body. You know, I want everything to be grown naturally and for 100% nutrition out of what you should get out of vegetables or fruit or, you know, meat or whatever. You know, I want it to be 100% natural. So that's the way I feel like everybody should live. That's the way I feel like the world should be. But instead, it's not. It's all about money, and they can add stuff to crap and then put more money on it, and or charge you more money for it, and then they make money off of it. But I'm not getting into conspiracies and government crap. Okay, another part of self-sufficiency, I just saw this, so I want to mention this. I am a certified wilderness survival instructor as well, so I love doing this kind of stuff. But this stuff right here, this is pine sap, of course, but this stuff right here, man, it will heal or treat almost anything. It'll treat stomach ache, upset stomach, diarrhea, toothaches. I mean, there's tons of stuff that this stuff in itself, just the sap itself, will treat. And you know, people said that, you know, some people say that pine trees are ugly and they're useless, and you know, and even if I tried to cut wood out of it, you know, I can't. It didn't last as long because it's not pressure treated or whatever. But you know, they have tons of benefits to them. Like this right here, this tree right here, it's called a holly tree, and they're aggravating. They got little thorny leaves on them, and they suck, especially when you walk past them. And I don't like them, but they have a ton of benefits to them. And one of these days, I'm gonna make a full video about wilderness survival and post it on this channel, so that way y'all can learn and hopefully be a little step closer to self-sufficiency. And self-sufficiency does not only mean growing your own food and whatever, it also means, you know, foraging and creating your own medicines, creating your own spices, you know, learning how to cook on a wood stove where you have absolutely no electricity whatsoever. You know, that's part of self-sufficiency. And you know, I'm going to be teaching you all kind of stuff about that, and you know, especially the wilderness survival stuff, because one of these days, you know, we may not have electricity. You know, we may not have all the luxuries that we have now, and there's going to be a lot of people that's not going to be able to survive. They're not going to be able to handle it. So if you would join me on this journey, I promise you won't regret it. So stay with me, okay? Okay, brothers and sisters, I'm going to end the video. Now you've seen a tour of our property, or the rest of our property. And you got a little insight on what's to come and what what we're going to do later on. Now remember, if I don't have it on my YouTube channel, there's somebody out there who has it on their YouTube channel about surviving a collapse or surviving a drought or surviving something. Eventually I'm going to try to post everything I can about stuff like this, but my YouTube channel is a little different than a normal homesteading channel because, you know, I will be teaching wilderness survival and a couple other different things, but that pertains to homesteading and living off the land and stuff like that. So remember, regardless to what type of homesteading channel that there is on YouTube, remember, every single one of them out there, you could ask them. They have your back, I promise you. If you don't know something, if I don't have it, or there's somebody else that you like watching that doesn't have it, look it up. They're not going to be mad at you because you're looking at somebody else's channel. I can promise you that. So be wary of the things that may or may not come. Keep your head up. Keep praying. And let's see if we can turn this world around. Now, I love you. Now, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and share this video. And we will talk to you next time.